So yeah, here we are, Bird Feeding 101. Thank you, Tate. Um, and yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So wait, Tate, this guy here is a downy?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Short little bill.
Yeah, cutie. Female.
Yeah.
Female?
hmm
No little red thing. Okay.
No red.
All right. First slide is feeder styles. Now,
Yes. So bird feeding is pretty straightforward in some ways. You can just throw some seeds out on the ground and birds will come. But it's it can get more complicated than that. Um, Maybe starting when the squirrels and or bears arrive. Um, but so feeders, when actually putting seed out in the ground, it works pretty well. It does attract rodents though, squirrels and sometimes even rats and mice um, and other animals, which you may not want too much. It's a good idea to have a feeder, um, and feeder can be pretty simple, uh, but most people do tube feeders. Those are pretty easy to deal with, and the seed comes out in those little ports and doesn't fall out the way it does in some like rigid wire mesh feeders. Um, there are lots of different designs. There with the hopper feeders and platform feeders, a few of the species that like to feed on the ground, like juncos, white-throated sparrows, other sparrows, are a little more likely to come to that than they are to a tube feeder, because it's a little bit like they have some ground to hop around on at the bottom there, especially the platform feeders. And for suet, it works. You can just do a like an onion bag, or you can have a wire feeder like that one. Uh, that's maybe more attractive. We can talk a little bit more about more specialized feeders later, like squirrel proof ones. Good to do the next slide. Yeah.
The one next to the like the wire looking suet one, is that's also for the suet? Suet. The one that looks like a little house.
Oh, yeah, I think
Oh, it's
that
on like
is.
on the
that one's an
bottom
upside
part.
down one. I actually
Oh,
have
I see, I
one
see.
very similar. It's like an upside down feeder, and the idea is that the birds that you want to attract are able to sort of cling underneath
Yeah, yeah.
the woodpeckers and so
Like
forth.
woodpeckers, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I know
that is
chickadees
a
also
suet.
can do that, yeah.
yeah, it is. It's a suet, Tate. I have one just like it, which is supposed to be kind of deter other birds, but I did have starlings who they couldn't cling there. They would just be underneath the feeder and then they fly straight up in the air,
Oh,
stick
wow.
their beaks in it and eat it, and then kind of drop down.
Hmm.
And they would take turns. It was really entertaining.
Wow.
It couldn't possibly be efficient or worth it, but they did it. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Yeah. You just go to the next slide
Yes, thank you, Tate. Uh,
and just have some pictures of birds at feeders. Tufted titmouse, and a red-bellied woodpecker, and a goldfinch.
Yay. Um, yeah, I guess this is
So
just announcing all the different types of seed.
yes, and we can go on to the next.
And there they are.
Yeah. Um, so birds are attracted to different kinds, or different birds are attracted to different seeds, and other kinds of food. Black oil sunflower seed on the left top there. That brings in just about everything. It's a very versatile one. There's yeah. Next slide, please.
Mhm.
think we just go to, yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, because it goes through each one of them. You're right. Okay.
Right. Um, and you can just put that out. I mean, that's what we do here at Violene at Bedford Audubon. That plus suet for seed. There are a few other, um, next slide, please.
Yeah.
Oh, so it has more calories. That's why black oil is better than those regular ones that that we might be eating.
A
The
regular sunflower or,
Yeah, sunflower seeds. I've
um,
always wondered why it's a black oil. Why
right.
is it?
Yeah, the seeds are, or sorry, the hulls of black oil sunflower are easier for some of the smaller birds to get into than
Mm,
the like striped sunflower or gray striped sunflower.
Oh.
Um,
what is the
that
difference
is,
between the striped and are they a different type of seed or is it processed like that?
it's a different variety of, I think, the same
Oh,
species of
okay.
cultivated
Mm,
sunflower. And there's um, basically the striped is a little harder for some birds to get into, which is good if you have lots of house sparrows because they tend to prefer um, black oil sunflower. And
Hmm.
gray striped is one of the few things that they don't really go for as much. So if you're in an urban area or a suburban area with lots of house sparrows or near a horse farm, uh, that's one reason why you might go for the gray striped.
okay.
And safflower seed is another thing that's another seed that some some of the species you don't really don't like as much. Squirrels don't seem not to go for safflower seed
Oh.
as much.
Mm,
Starlings, um, but it's a little bit less. I would say a little bit less. Like in general, other birds don't like it as much either,
mm.
except for cardinals, rose-breasted grosbeaks, which I would say those maybe prefer safflower to anything else. They're fine with sunflower, but
I think it's like an acquired taste because if you have it out there,
Mm.
other birds start to taste it.
yeah, other birds certainly eat it.
But they
That's
don't.
a little
Wow,
bit
so
more.
if I just leave the safflower seed, do you think the squirrels won't come?
You just
I
put it
feel
I'm
out
like
sure
there.
that they
I
will.
feel
For
like they will come
They
either
probably
way.
will,
they will.
but it's one of their less. It's not one of their favorites.
Mm,
Probably what will happen is they'll come just as often, but they won't like it.
mm,
So I'm afraid that doesn't help us. But
yeah.
They'll begrudgingly eat it.
yeah. Um, Next slide, please. And the Niger seed is definitely preferred by goldfinches, though they'll eat black whale sunflower. Um, but if you want to attract goldfinches, this is what you want. And pine siskins when they're around. Uh, and common redpoll, if there are ever any redpolls around, once every very few winters, there will be some. Those are all they prefer the niger seed. Niger seed seems to dry up pretty quickly. So often I've found I put out niger seed and then just nothing happens. And you look a little bit closer and I think it gets a little bit paler and then some of them look a bit shriveled. Um,
Mm.
and that can happen even with niger seed that isn't even that old. So it goes bad uh,
And then
fairly
the finches
quickly.
won't touch it when it even slightly looks bad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
They're like little jerks. Because I had a friend of mine who thought all the finches were gone, and I told her to empty her finch feeder and clean it and refill it with fresh, and they were back. So they were just like boycotting her feeder.
Mhm.
Um, so I think are finches like more picky about old seed than other birds, or
I don't know. I think
Or is it just Niger seed is more prone
I
to
think
be
it's niger seed
yucky?
shrivels up more easily,
Okay.
um, but
Well, they're very
maybe
thin,
because
so
rancid more
Yeah.
easily. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
The
haven't.
mix. What? Go ahead.
What's that?
No, I was gonna say the mix we have, the Finch mix, has little pieces of sunflower hearts in there too. Um, and I don't think that makes the Niger last or makes it like not go bad faster, but I think because more birds go for those all the different kinds of seeds, they eat it faster, so you change it faster, and it just doesn't sit and rot waiting for your finches to finish it.
And if the niger seed goes off, well, there's some other stuff
Yeah,
that they like too
that they
instead of.
like that they'll just eat around it. But I have my finch feeder is like this one. It's like the metal, and I do get downy woodpeckers on it as well, sticking their weird little tongues in there and eating, which is like my favorite thing about my finch feeder is my woodpeckers.
All
Wait,
right.
Kate,
Yeah.
question. Dark-eyed juncos eat thistle?
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
crazy. I mean, I've never seen them at a feeder, like at the
right. Well, if it's on the ground.
ah,
I mean, I think it often
they
like
come on my feeder
they
because
do?
I have one that's like a flat feeder and it comes on that.
Oh, like a hopper feeder or like
Yeah,
a platform
yeah.
feeder? Okay.
Well, I just put one like right next to my window so I could see it very
Oh,
closely.
and you get
Yeah, a
dark-eyed
lot of
juncos on there?
I feel like in the winter they definitely come. I don't see them now, but yet.
Well,
But in the
they migrate.
coldest days I see them coming. But I don't know.
yeah, they'll come to a tube feeder too once in a
Really?
while.
Oh, that's crazy. Wait, when are dark-eyed juncos here? I mean, we saw one,
There are
but when?
some already
But
have been for a
most of
few
them.
weeks, but no,
Okay.
they won't be here in numbers until a week or two more at least.
How often would you suggest cleaning up the this Niger feeders? Because I find that the finches come just for maybe the first week and then they stop coming.
Huh. Um, I don't know. I think it's interesting.
A week is a bit quick for it to go
Yeah.
bad, unless is it maybe it's getting wet? Because sometimes if it gets Niger is one of those seeds that if it gets wet, it gets yucky. So if there's not like a baffle kind of thing over it or protector over it, Fernando, do you have something like over it, protecting it from
I know. I think that's a problem. Maybe it rains and it gets
yeah.
moist and then they stop coming for it. Yeah.
That's the thing. It like gets when the rain gets in there, they just boycott it because it smells like damp or whatever. But
Yeah,
so I
that
would
might
say
be it.
like cover it, like put a little um, like a baffle cover over the top of it to give it some to get it out of the rain.
This
What do
time
you
of
think?
year, uh, goldfinches aren't staying around too much either. Like they're in transit. So
Yeah.
it can happen that you have goldfinches one week and then they're just all gone the next.
Oh, yeah, and then they come back.
Well, or some others come back at some
Oh,
point.
right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm saying they like not others. They didn't
right,
say specific one.
right.
Yeah, I have a lot of house finches, but goldfinches I've only had maybe twice or three times come on
Oh
my
yeah.
feeder. Yeah, a lot of house finches though.
In the winter, it's hard to say because the goldfinches aren't bright yellow anymore. So if you're not really looking,
Uh,
you just don't see those little yellow
Oh
birds.
yeah, the male also is not yellow anymore in
Right.
winter. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, they're hiding from you, Kayoko.
Maybe they're the goldfinches
They're sneaky
that's
gold.
coming. Mm.
Finches in costumes.
Yeah, in their winter disguise. Um, do you want me to move to the next slide?
Yes, let's
Moving right along, millet.
Yeah, white millet. There are a few birds that prefer, or for whom it's one of their favorites, and it's all ground feeding birds, sparrows, and juncos, and it's best to put white millet in a like a platform type feeder, or maybe a hopper feeder, or on the ground. Um, it's often put in lots of mixes, and then it tends to either stay in the feeder after the birds have taken out the other stuff that they like better, or it gets like spilled on the ground, which is okay for the ground feeders, but it does tend to, if you don't want seed on the ground, it may be better just to feed sunflower, uh,
Hmm.
something more widely acceptable than white
Right.
millet.
Um, I had last year, and I didn't set it up this year, but underneath my feeder, I put kind of like a platform feeder just to catch the seed,
Mhm.
with little hole drainage holes on it, and then all
Mm.
the seed would kind of like fall into there, and then there was like the secondary feeders that would eat from the
Right.
from the stuff on there, and that got knocked out by the guys in the feeder.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good idea.
yeah, it was kind of a good way because I didn't want it on the ground getting gross.
Right.
Um,
Right. It tends to go bad faster on the ground
yeah,
too. Yeah.
and also look gross. Um,
Yes. Um,
next slide.
next. Yeah.
Oh, pretty bird pictures. Um,
The
yeah, so
Orioles. The Orioles are going to come to maybe grape jelly and possibly suet.
yeah, they
Um,
don't come to seed.
Mm.
Or do they ever eat seed, or they just
I've never seen
prefer?
one at a seed feeder.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen one. So if I put like a jelly, they might come.
Grape jelly, yeah.
Grape jelly.
Um,
Wait, tell everyone what their favorite brand is, Tate.
uh, well, it's grape jelly, and they don't like. It seems like strawberry jam doesn't work. Or
But they don't like the fancy stuff. Didn't you say they like just like the Smucker's grape jelly?
Mm.
Like they
no, I
don't,
mean they're fine with it.
yeah.
Mm. How would you put jelly on like a platform?
Well, they have Oriole feeders. You could just put it on a platform,
Mm.
um, but the Oriole feeders have a little
I would like to try it, but I
pretty
feel
light
like
thing.
other things will also come to it, which is a bit
Yeah,
scary. So,
yeah. The
have to
Oriole
think about
feeders
it.
have a little moat you can fill so you don't get ants. But
Oh,
yellow jackets and wasps can
Mm.
fly up to it,
yeah, that was my problem when I did that a couple
and when
summers
it's warm.
ago. It was mostly a
Yeah,
it was mostly
like
a wasp feeder. They loved it. They're very happy with me. But wait, are those do Orioles would they eat like if you put an orange out, like slice an orange in half? Are those
Yeah,
the first birds that would eat that?
yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
Mm.
that I guess that might also work. And then you just put it like on a platform or something.
yeah, or on a something with spikes. You
Mm.
can just, I mean, some of the
Oh,
like they have
right. So
orange
it
feeders
just
that
kind of,
just have a
yeah.
spike, like or a wooden stake or something.
Yeah, I've seen those, the little spikies.
Yeah.
Um,
Are Oreos also here in winter?
No, a few
No,
will linger
they.
into December, like a single
Mm.
bird might do that, especially by a feeder. But yeah, most of them don't come back until, or they don't come back until very late April, early May.
oh,
And that's a good time to um, hook them on grape jelly or oranges when there's not much for insect
Mm.
activity
all
yet.
right.
It takes them a while to figure out what's happening, it seems like,
Mm.
or to discover that grape jelly is good. But once they do that, you might have them all summer doing that, coming to the grape
Oh,
jelly
you think
feeder.
so? I don't know. My area, I don't see Oreos at like hardly. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
not
don't,
just the feeders, but in general, I don't see them around.
We get them right outside my window at Bylane.
Oh,
Very
oh
distracting.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
on that, well, is it Baltimore or what is the other kind of Oriole that was on that apple tree, Tate?
Or Orchard Oriole.
Orchard Oriole.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a,
those basically don't come to feeders for whatever
mm.
reason.
But they do come to the tree out like right in front of where I'm trying to get work done. So that's really distracting. So I'm just throwing it out
oh,
there. It's very hard
so cute.
to focus. Um, okay, so next slide.
Sure, yeah, that's good.
Oh, so
Um,
yeah, go ahead, Tate.
yeah, so yeah, blends are, have the advantage that you can have lots of different kinds of seed in the same feeder. And sometimes that's sort of a problem, like with the millet, putting the millet in a tube feeder, where it probably isn't going to get eaten or it's going to get dumped out. Uh, but that can be good, like the Finch mix and um, yeah, maybe the deluxe mix. The economy mix, a lot of economy mixes have Milo in them or red millet, and
Mm,
those are seeds that very few birds go for, and they just get dumped on the ground,
Mm,
and bring in the squirrels. So it's can be sort of a false economy, I think. The mix is cheaper, but the birds don't eat a lot of what's in there.
mm,
yeah.
Um,
You can, and I do, get like the black oil sunflower, like get a lot of that, and then cut it with some of the cheaper stuff to make it last a little longer, and also kind of bring in other birds. But so that it's mostly black oil sunflower seed, and then, a little bit of a mix to add a couple of other things in there, but so that it's mostly the black oil sunflower. Um,
yeah, you can put in safflower or cracked
yeah,
corn.
yeah. Yeah, the safflower is relatively inexpensive. So to make your own mix of that, it really is pretty economical.
mm,
House
Um,
sparrows, also house sparrows do like red millet and also white millet. So if you have problems with house sparrows,
mm.
probably
like
want
house
to
sparrows like everything.
avoid millet.
Like
Yeah, I feel like they'll eat anything.
they're like deer. They're the deer of the bird species. They just will eat. And even the stuff that they're like, yeah, they don't like this. Eventually they're like, okay, we can eat it.
Yeah, I feel like they can eat anything, but
Yeah.
I don't see them much right now. Are
House
they?
sparrows?
Yeah,
Come to
yeah.
my house.
I don't know. Usually I have many, but right now it's I
They
have
do
more
kind of come in
finches.
waves though, right? Kayoko, like
Right,
sometimes
yeah,
there's just like
maybe,
all of them,
yeah.
and then sometimes you're like, where are you guys? Where are you guys at? They're at your neighbors cleaning out their feeder. I will say one thing, the fruit nut and berry is really, really good if you've got like a platform feeder or something with
Mm,
big openings, but it will jam up a smaller feeder. Uh,
right, yeah.
Something I found out the hard way. Um, but it is a real big, very popular item. Okay, so I'm going to move on, Tate, or do you want me to stay
Sure.
here? Okay. So it.
Yeah, suet. Woodpeckers, even though they will eat seed, prefer suet. And if there's something like insect-eating birds in general, like suet, like if you have a lingering warbler or something else like a tanager or oriole, um, lingering into December, it's probably going to be by a feeder, and it's probably going to suet or possibly peanut butter. But
Mhm.
um, so and then in summer and spring and fall, uh, well, yeah, and in winter, mockingbirds come to it, and then and spring, summer, and fall, catbirds sometimes, um,
Hmm.
a
Yeah.
few other
Yeah.
species that don't come to seed much for it. So it's worth putting out suet. A lot of suet has seeds in it, often millet, because millet is cheap. And then house sparrows will eat it, will be attracted to it. House sparrows don't come to just pure suet.
Um, the house sparrows couldn't figure out the upside down feeder.
Hmm.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
so
I should
those
say
actually
yes.
might be very useful
It
for.
is really good. I mean, it cuts down on the rando birds. And the ones that do figure it out in the weird way, like I told you with the starlings, at least it's entertaining. And they don't really t eat that much. I mean, they can't really get that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's not, yeah, you don't keep going through suet because you're feeding all of the house sparrows.
Yeah,
True.
the upside down feeders, and also there are some uh, suet feeders and other feeders that just have essentially a big roundish cage all the way around it with the holes in it are too
Mm.
small for
Oh yeah,
larger birds to get in there.
yeah.
I
No,
don't
I
know
used
if
to have
I
one.
guess with house sparrows, yeah, that's not going to work with house sparrows. They're
No, it's
very
like blue
small.
jays. Like
But
I remember,
starlings
yeah,
and
yeah,
pigs,
totally.
grackles, and other sort of
Hmm.
domineering birds that show
Yeah.
up with
Um, all right.
suet. I mean, this. There was birds will go to animal carcasses because there's fat there,
God.
primarily. And
Oh yeah.
one point at Dean's Bridge, doing the first Wednesday's walk there one winter, somebody had dumped a deer carcass by the side of the road. And as we walked
Ooh.
by it, a downy woodpecker flew out of a small hole in the rib cage, like startling.
Ooh.
Must have been
Ooh.
dark in there,
Oh man, that is
Ooh.
so gross. I mean,
pecking
it's
away at
really
some
cool, but
suet.
it's so gross.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like the
Mm.
tauntaun scene in The Empire Strikes Back.
It's nice and warm in
Maybe
there.
it roosts there.
Oh God, that's so gross.
Mm.
That's a very nice Halloween
Ooh.
story.
All right, next.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
water.
water. Water is very important for birds, as for just about everything else.
Mhm.
Um, so a bird bath can add, add a lot to your yard, especially since there are an awful lot of birds that will come to a bird bath that just basically won't come to feeders, like warblers and other birds that are pretty much exclusively insectivorous, flycatchers and uh, vireos. Um, you want your bird baths to be shallow, like half an inch to 2 inches of water. Something like, I mean, it's a little bit like 2 inches about right for a blue jay to bathe in, but it's a little deep for a warbler.
Mhm.
So if you put a flat rock in a normal bird bath, then you can have two different depths
Mhm.
for different birds. But a lot of bird baths they sell are, if you fill them up, they're going to be too deep, really. I mean, a bird can go to the edge and drink from it, but they're not going to want to just like dive in to 4 inches of water or 3 inches of water
Right.
with a small bird. Moving water is much more attractive than non-moving water. So even if you have it's like if you hang a hose, it's just dripping every few seconds. That brings in way more birds than just a bird bath. Like
Mm.
if it's
Mhm.
over the bird bath and dripping into it, just even that amount of moving water, um, birds can hear it and they're attracted to it. Presumably because moving water is less likely to be stagnant and it's going to be less likely to affect them badly.
Mm.
Um, or you can there's a water wiggler, like it's a battery powered little thing that you put in the middle of I think it floats, put in
Yeah.
the middle of the bird bath, and it just vibrates and makes ripples in the water, and that works pretty
Okay.
well.
Mm.
Or like There are these little solar powered pumps, like very, very miniature fountain.
Yeah, I
In the
have one
bird
of
bath.
those.
Yeah,
Those
any
work
of
really
those
well. Um,
can make a
Yeah,
big difference.
the birds don't like knock on it.
on the little solar powered thing.
Yeah.
No, they don't. I mean, it's kind of like sits in the bird bath and just sort of
Mm,
floats around. But you
okay.
have to, so I have just a kind of a dish, um, like a shallow dish, and it's in there. But when I first started running it, it would pump all the water out of the dish and just like empty it. And it took
Mm.
me a while to figure it out. I was like, God, it's really evaporating fast. It would like kind of float around the top of the water, and then it would get to the end, it would just dump all the water out. But
Mm.
once I figured that out and lowered the little thing to just a little bubble,
Mm.
it's fine. And the birds are fine with it. They're not, I thought they might be afraid of it because it's weird, but they don't care at all. And it took a while for them to find the bird bath. And for a while, I was creepily in the window right on the other side of where the bird bath is, like whispering, I want to see you bathe. And my husband was like, please leave them alone. That's just super weird. But eventually they started coming and I could watch them bathe like a creep. It was very entertaining.
It is very entertaining. I have a little dish as well, and I
Mhm.
just leave it near my kitchen, my door outside, so I can just peek whenever I feel like. And when I see like a bird bathing in there, like it just lightens up my day. I'm like, yay.
It really does. It's
Yeah.
amazing how happy it makes you. And you're like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I you.
Like, yes.
You can, you know, some people go all out and actually make a water feature with different pools and
Yeah.
fountain-like thing, and that will attract more birds. Still
Yeah.
more having more shallow pools with moving water.
Oh my God. That video that Steve Ricker sent with his water feature in his backyard with rocks. It's like a little waterfall and a little shallow pool, and there were bluebirds playing in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, Coco. I was like, I want this.
Oh,
Why
it
don't I have
sounds
this
so
in my
cute.
yard?
Yeah, he's got
Um,
a great setup.
yeah, he has a really cool one.
How big is it? Like
I,
really big?
I don't think it's physically that big. It's just really kind of fancy. And it's got,
Mm.
it looks natural. It looks like you've got a cute little waterfall, um, which probably is quicker for them to come to it as opposed to something that looks sort of man-made and foreign. Um, but yeah, no, I need to get his plans and then start digging this spring. I'll let you know. Um,
All right. Moving on.
that
So,
Yeah. Oh God,
guy.
I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah.
yeah, if you've got a place um, that is 8 feet or more away from anywhere squirrels could jump from, you could put up a pole with the feeder on top of it, and then a baffle underneath, and that works. That works pretty well. But a lot of people have treed yards or small yard, so there's always something like the house or something
Yeah,
else that
I
they
can't
could.
avoid it. They
Yeah,
can, and they really can jump from anywhere. They come upside down.
yeah,
It's
You know what,
yeah.
Kayoko, there are these like baffles you put on top of the feeder, and then you can
Yeah,
put
that
the
doesn't work because
Mhm.
they can just jump from like sideways
Oh,
or
right onto like under it and right onto
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, I have too many places where they can jump from. So
Yeah.
it's I kind of gave up on that. But I've tried those really spicy seeds, which didn't
Yeah.
work at all.
No, I just
huh,
thought
They were
they
just
they were
munching
enjoying
away
it.
like nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they
I
were like,
mean,
huh.
yum, thank you. Yeah, it did not work for me
that
either.
didn't work at all. So
Hmm.
that didn't happen.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yesterday we had a red squirrel on one of the feeders at Bylane.
Oh, but those are cute ones.
So cute. Okay, he was hanging
Yeah.
from his back feet and then kind of doing like a sit up. and then grabbing seed with his like front feet and then like going back down. It was the most insane Cirque du Soleil situation down outside the window. I couldn't even chase him off because I was like, well done, sir. You
Yeah, I
earned that.
know. Sometimes they're just really amazing. The way
Yeah.
they move, they're so acrobatic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I once had tried to outwit a bunch of squirrels, and I got a tube feeder,
Uh-huh.
and I had fish wire tied on
Oh,
the top,
I've heard of that.
and
Yeah.
I put it all the way up on a tree
Uh-huh.
and tied it. And I said, "Try to catch this." You know what they did? They went up, they bit the wire, and the tube thing fell on the ground, and they ate it all.
Yep, yep. They're so
Oh
smart.
man, they won that round.
So
Yes,
smart.
yes, yes.
Metal wire, maybe?
The next thing I have to use a metal
Yeah.
wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electrified, possibly.
Oh.
Um, all right, so let's go to the next
Oh, sorry.
slide.
Yes, next slide.
Yeah. Um, so there's your baffle.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I don't know about the squirrel-proof so-called feeders. It sounds like they don't, once they learn how to avoid the top, then they don't work anymore.
So
Yeah.
how
Um,
does this baffle work? So this baffle covers the
The pole. So
oh,
they
on
the
the,
can't
pole.
climb up
Oh,
the
so they
pole. This
can't
is if
climb
you're
up.
on a
Okay, yeah.
pole.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's hanging from a tree, so it's almost I can't. Yeah.
Those are harder. Like if you put it on a pole, like away from the tree, away from the fence, away from everything, that's a better way to do it. But then it looks
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
weird in the middle of your yard, and you've got to commit to just a pole in the middle of your yard. Uh,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
it's a trade-off right there. Um, yeah, but this one, it's so that they can't climb up the pole from the
Mhm.
bottom. And then if you put I do that on the pole and then one on top of it that is like sort of looks like a bowl, an upside down bowl on top of the feeder. And the good thing is that it sort of keeps rain off of the feeder. So, Fernando, that's kind of helpful for us, Niger seed, because it keeps it from getting as wet. And it also keeps a squirrel from jumping from the top. Um,
I use a slinky. The kids
I've
yeah.
slinky.
heard of that.
yeah,
Does
explain the
that
slinky.
really
Explain the
work?
slinky.
It
I've
works
seen
because
it.
it's hysterical to watch them try and climb up the pole and get so far, and then the slinky pulls them down, and it's just really funny to watch.
Right.
The
Yeah,
chipmunks,
yeah.
unfortunately, the chipmunks can climb up inside the slinky, so it is not foolproof, but it does deter the squirrels because after a few times of falling off, they give up.
They don't come.
Hmm.
Mm.
Huh.
I duct taped it to the top of the shepherd's crook.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's an actual slinky. It's not like
Yeah,
a product called a slinky.
no, it's an
You
actual
go to the
slinky.
toy store and you're like,
Oh,
I need
okay.
a slinky for evil, please.
Yeah, so a metal one, I'm
Nice.
guessing a plastic one probably wouldn't work, but a metal one,
Sure.
yeah, it's been fabulous. I also tried one year Vaselining the pole, which was quite funny as well.
Oh.
I thought about that, but I'm not sure. Like, was it gross? I mean, did it
It was
get?
pretty disgusting, but it did work. It was a deterrent. But the Slinky's been the best thing I've found.
Yeah, the
Huh.
slinky sounds like a neater solution than.
And
So this,
it just falls down. It just falls down around the pole. So and then it just obviously stretches. So
so instead of a baffle, basically,
instead of a baffle, yeah.
thank you there. Hmm.
Yeah.
A
But as
fun
I say,
I
bath.
have some
the chipmunk can get up inside it as I discovered.
maybe a
Mm.
slightly
Yeah.
smaller slinky, maybe,
Yeah,
huh.
probably.
Or a bigger diameter pole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's my contribution anyway. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's a
good. I
great
hadn't heard
idea.
that. That
Solidly
we used to
entertaining.
have some slinky-like baffles, like there was a spring in the baffle that made the whole thing more annoying for
Yeah, that would work as well.
Mm.
it seemed to be.
Like I do on the bluebird poles because they're attached with a a piece of wire, so they move.
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, right.
Next slide.
Yes.
Oh, yikes.
So
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
bears are not as agile as squirrels, although they're pretty close.
Hmm.
And of course, they're tremendously strong. Uh, they and they sometimes just walk off with the actual feeder, and you might never see it again. Um, but it's often, you look out the door or the window, and there's a pole, and it can be a very fairly substantial pole, metal pole, and it's like this angle, uh, bent over,
Hmm.
and the feeder's chomped. And if that happens, take down all those feeders and wait at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
if it keeps happening, you can't really keep putting out those feeders. Try longer. Or there are, yeah, some people have actual flag poles that they put their feeders up every morning, like a pulley system. Or see, Susan Fisher has, I can't remember what her setup is exactly. I think it's like a long cable strung between two trees,
Yeah, it's between two
and then
trees and a
like a
pulley
pulley
system.
system so
Yeah,
that she can get them down, fill them, and then
exactly.
put them back up. That's kind of a probably have to have someone install that. It's it sounds like it might be kind of difficult.
Yeah, she works for a tree company. She works for Westchester Tree Life, so she knows a guy and they set it up for her. But Tate, isn't this almost time where the it's like not no bears out
Yeah, after
non anymore
in
after
December, it's probably okay. Although I have heard of bears wandering around in December, but that much less likely from early December to mid-April or so. You're probably safe from bears. They're asleep. After that, there are a lot more than there used to be around here,
yeah.
and they're not just wandering young males anymore either. Like they have bred a couple of places, I think. I think Pound Ridge Reservation is one. So there, it used to be that if a bear hit your feeder, it probably wouldn't be back anytime soon. But now, yes, I think Steve Ricker keeps having the same bear come to his yard.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah. We had somebody drop off seed at Bylane because they can't feed birds anymore because there's a bear that not only hangs out in their yard like waiting for food, but he got like a bear horn, something to scare the bear. And he was like hitting the horn and yelling and screaming, and the bear was holding his bird feeder, just looking up at him nonchalantly, like just sort of annoyed, and then continued to eat. And he was like,
Oh,
"Oh, okay, I think it's
no.
time we give up on bird feeding."
Mm.
yeah. This may be unnecessary, but I mean, at the risk of stating the obvious, like you don't want to go close to a bear. You do want to haze them, so to speak, like be really loud and annoying, like so they don't get used to people.
Yes.
Um, but you know, one could easily kill you without a thought.
Yes, yes. And in this scenario, to be clear, he was on his back
Yeah,
deck and the bear was like,
looking down. Yeah,
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
far from him.
Don't try to take that bird feeder away from.
No, no.
It will do
They
that.
gave up on that bird feeder, and also his wife was like, "No, we're not feeding birds anymore." I was like, "Well, you can wait 2 weeks," and he's like, "No, we're
Yeah,
done."
no, that's the safest thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when um, I was doing point counts for birds in New Hampshire. They put us field assistants one summer, a long time ago, up in a condo, and we left our trash outside stupidly, and a bear got into it. So then we put the trash into our mudroom. And as we were doing it, I joked, "Great, now the bear will come into the house." And indeed, that night, I woke
God.
up to thudding sounds like that made like the wall next to my bed. I was upstairs vibrate. I mean, it sounded
Oh.
like two people the size of Shaquille O'Neal having a fight in a bar or something like that, like throwing each other against the wall. And we went down, and what had happened was the bear came into the mudroom, knocked over, like I remembered, oh yeah, sometimes that outer door doesn't close completely.
Oh.
But it feels like you have taken, you have, like it hasn't quite latched. So the bear pushed that open, knocked the trash can over, which closed the door for real. So then it was trapped in the
Oh.
mudroom, and it didn't like that
Oh,
one
you
bit.
caught a bear.
And
You got it.
Lucky
so then we
you.
backed up the truck to the outside door. Somebody got out, the fastest one among us, a sprinter, and opened the door and jumped back in the truck. The bear escaped. And the bear had they were like, I don't know what you call them, like these brackets or supports, like 2x6s with these, yeah, there were 2x6s in the sort of unfinished mudroom along the wall, like screwed in with brackets. And it had ripped one of those down like
God.
sideways. It was like at a 45-degree angle.
Oh my
Um,
God.
it's an impressive feat of strength.
Yes, bears.
And it was
Mm.
not a very big bear either. Like it was, yeah, a small young one. Anyway,
Bears are strong.
bears are super
In
strong,
conclusion, bears.
Mm.
startlingly,
Don't mess
unbelievably
with
strong.
bears.
And it's not very good for them to get used to people in any way either, because then they're going to have somebody come in and euthanize them.
Yeah.
Because once they lose their fear of people and associate people with sunflower seeds and other tasty things, they're
Right.
not good. You don't want them walking up expecting food to a person.
Yeah.
All
Mm.
right. Bears, and I think, see, next slide, we've
Oh,
got problem birds. We talked a little about house
Ooh,
sparrows.
starling.
Yeah, starlings, the upside down, or is that what you call them? The feeders that we were just talking about that
the suet
only,
feeders, the upside down
yeah,
ones. Yeah.
yeah, that it's difficult for larger birds to get into. Those I think work pretty well against starlings, grackles.
Hmm.
At least they're not going to totally clean you out of
Yeah.
there. House sparrows, there's at the bottom there that link, the magic halo. That's basically something like, I think it's a metal circle with something like fishing wire
Yeah, it's
or
like fishing
nylon
wire.
wire weighted down, like dangling down. And apparently, Hespers really don't like that and will be reluctant to go to a feeder that has one of those over it and around it, like the line with weights hangs down, or just around the feeder. Um, I've never tried that, but it's supposed to work pretty
It
well.
is supposed to work. People have, yeah, told me it works. I've never tried it, but I will send the link around to anybody, to everybody, if you want to check it out. I think there's plans you can build it yourself. It looks complicated, so it's like a ring with wires hanging down from it, but
Yeah.
I
I
guess
don't.
they have really good visual or something. So they see something moving and it bothers them, but it doesn't bother other birds, I guess. Is that how
Yeah, it
that one
seems
thing
not to
works?
bother other birds, as far as I've heard.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
it's
know why.
interesting because I've noticed that finches, even if I get close to the feeder and they see me, they don't run away. But when sparrows see me, just move in from inside the house, they just
Mhm.
fly really quickly. So I thought, oh wow, maybe finches can't see very well, and
Well,
yeah,
once in a
it's
while, I mean, Yeah, I mean, house finches are the ones that are most likely to get that conjunctivitis, and sometimes when they get that, they can't see very well. Um,
Yeah, they don't seem, well,
but
I mean, they don't
if
seem to be very bothered by the
yeah,
fact that I'm like right in front of them looking at them. And
if they're healthy, though, I mean, yeah, they're fairly unwary compared to most birds. I think I feel like, um,
Yeah, I guess birds have personalities. Some of them are less skittish. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
um,
like I mean, different ducks, like wood ducks are, you can be super far away from wood ducks, and if they see you, they just leave. But
Mm,
you could practically walk up to a wild mallard. I mean,
yeah,
without, I mean, it'll swim away maybe, but probably not flesh until you get
mm.
fairly close.
right. Yeah.
And raptors, you get raptors coming to feeders a lot. Cooper's hawks, usually Cooper's hawk and sharpshins.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
I feel
I've
like
never had a raptor.
it's fair enough. I feel like, and especially if you have some dense cover, the birds can escape into. I feel like it's not all that different from out in the woods.
Yeah.
Um, there are a lot of, a raptor's naturally going to be attracted to a whole bunch of birds,
Hmm.
uh, which which a feeder which a feeder is going to have.
Yeah.
Um, but they're they're going to do that somewhere else if your feeder weren't there, and it can be really something. I mean, getting to see a Cooper's hawk up close. There was
As
one
they,
that landed on the ground here in Bylane, and a house sparrow went into one of the tiny little shrubby white pines
oh,
in the garden here. It
uh-huh.
landed and then ran around the edge of it and then went in and then popped out of it later. But it looked like a dinosaur, a velociraptor. It like sort of loped
So
around.
I'm sorry,
I'd
it
never seen a
the
Mm.
Cooper's
Cooper's
hawk
hawk
run
ran
before.
after it like on
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Wait, did it catch it?
No.
Oh, I mean, yay. I don't know what to root for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And everyone's got to eat, I guess. All right, next slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So this one so this slide has a lot of information about window strikes. We were talking about it a little bit earlier at the beginning of this call. We are having a workshop. The date is at the bottom there, Sunday, November 2nd. It's coming up quickly. I can't believe it's almost November, but here we are. So Sunday, November 2nd, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Bylane Farm. We are doing a workshop. It's going to be an informational workshop. It's going to go over everything on this slide, as well as a bunch of other things. And then at the end of it, there's going to be a hands-on workshop, part of the workshop where we're going to create one of these Acopian bird savers, which the picture in this slide it pictures one of them. So those black kind of paracord coming down, that's what the Acopian bird savers are. So they're cool. They're on the outside of the window. They kind of blow with the wind. It's a really interesting look. But we're also going to go over in the workshop the other products you can use on windows and how you use them and what they do. Because as we were talking about, or maybe it was just me and Ginny. I can't remember who was on the call when we were talking about it, but birds do not see glass as a barrier. They just see that as a space where that they can fly through. And especially as Ginny was talking about, she had a house that had one living room window that you could see through to another window. So it just looked like a fly-through area, and she was getting a lot of birds. And she very smartly closed the drapes on that window. But for those of us who don't want to close our drapes and enjoy our views, there's a lot of options about ways to protect those windows. So This is
It,
some information about it, but the workshop will go over all of it. We do have a page on our website, which the next program email will have a QR code to lead you there, which has all this information on it and more with links.
and in the vast majority of cases where birds are hitting window, closing the drapes won't do anything because they're just seeing the reflection. It's just if there's two
Yeah,
windows, two big picture windows, and they're hoping they can fly through the house.
right.
Gotta break up the reflection in some way
Yeah, right. I mean,
with a
I think
screen on the outside or
screen on the outside would help more, right. That's a good point. I think it helped a lot in her case because of that
yeah. No,
stuff.
if they're seeing through the house and they think they can fly through that, then yeah, closing the drapes in the
Yeah.
window would stop that.
Um,
But
but
for
yeah,
the
good
most part, it's
point.
just they see the like sky or the foliage reflected. You
Mhm.
just have to break up the reflection with something outside, like a screen or these hanging. What are they called in the picture?
The Ethiopian bird
Yeah,
savers.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's what I have on my back window. Um, and it's really cool. And the great thing about it isn't like degrade or anything. It's just out there. And once you put it up, it's fine. Um, some of the other stuff, and we'll show it in the workshop, some of the other products are more subtle. It barely even impacts your view out, but the birds won't see that unobstructed reflection. They'll see it broken up. Um, and I read somewhere, and Tate, correct me if I'm wrong, that they see some of the like when you put the tape on it, they think it's like spider webs and they don't want to fly through spider webs because birds will
Mm.
try to avoid that. Is that a thing, or is that just somebody's speculation into the bird?
That seems plausible. Mm.
I mean, it is solidly gross to fly through a spider web, I can imagine. It's gross to
And if
walk
you're a
through a spider
hummingbird,
web.
you could actually get caught in a spider web. That
Mm.
happens.
Is that really happen?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you
Oh,
get a big heavy duty spider web like a wolf spider mix
Mm.
or
wait, would a wolf spider eat a hummingbird?
maybe. I don't know about up here, but certainly in South America there are bird eating spiders.
Damn. All right, sorry, this slide took a
But
turn.
like hummingbirds can get caught in like a garden spider web and not be able to get out.
Oh,
Mm. Yeah, they're so
wow.
tiny. I've seen like stickers that like a bird looking sticker and they would just stick it on the
So
Yeah.
window.
it just one sticker or two stickers is not going to work.
Oh
What the
no.
recommendation is like I think minimum 4 inches apart throughout the
Oh, I
entire
see.
window. So
Mm.
yeah, like a grid or dots. There are even ones that are just like UV. I don't know how this works. It's like UV and you don't really see it, but the birds perceive it from the outside, so it doesn't really
Mm.
affect your view. Um, but yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of has to be the whole window.
that's yeah, I mean certainly birds, at least many birds can see UV light and we can't.
Okay.
So
That
that
be
sounds
the
like that would make
principle
sense.
that's working on.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. UV
I
light.
mean, there are more expensive solutions that, are kind of imperceptible to us, but the birds can see them. Um, but for, everyday, fairly reasonably priced things, there are things you can do that look good, but are not invisible, um, and that break up those windows. I mean, Ginny and I were talking earlier. Her windows, most of her windows, or all of her windows now, have panes. So if you have a window that's broken up with panes, and Tate, forgive me if I'm saying this incorrectly, but the birds they see that as a window. They're not going to fly into that, or they won't fly into that as frequently as a big unobstructed plane of glass.
Yeah, yeah, it's sort of the same thing as the like putting the bird tape
Yeah.
Mm.
or the paint or the tempera paint or soap in a grid pattern.
Yeah. All right. So any questions about this part? Or can I go to next slide?
No, I just thought I'd say, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a huge cause of bird mortality, like hitting windows,
Yes.
and many of, what I read was most of the birds that hit a window and then are apparently okay and fly off die of internal injuries later. Like they're fairly fragile,
Mm,
and if they're hitting
yes,
something really
yes.
hard like that, it it often they're often not okay, even if they seem like it.
Yeah.
Mm,
I was reading one study when I was putting together the web page that like 60% of the birds that had hit a window but were given expert care, medical care, like the best medical care a bird could get, like 60% died. And those are the ones that were taken to a rehabilitation center and given expert care. So if 60% of those perish, the percentage is probably higher for birds that just, you know, try to fly off on their own. Um, I would say it's not good. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, I think that the 2014 study was the one that this was in, where they kind of estimated upwards the number of birds that are killed per year based on that information.
yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
there's so many in the city. It's very devastating, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the surprising thing is that it's not like the majority of the strikes are not the top of a high rise. It's like the mid height buildings. So cities, yes, but also here too. Um, and residential houses, obviously. And those big modern houses that try to, you know, bring in a lot of light and have a lot of windows, and it's
right,
devastating
yeah,
for the
yeah.
bird. Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
let's move from this sad slide. Oh, actually, this is worse.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
worse.
Oh
God, I'm so sorry,
no.
everyone.
No, it's not
We'll get
good.
happy after this one.
Um, yeah, it's you really want to clean feeders fairly often, and to disinfect, like use a little bit of bleach, 1 part bleach, 10 parts water, uh, washing with soap and hot water, and then make sure to get all that off, rinse it really well, and then you really want it to be completely dry before you put it back together and put seed in there. Don't want any moisture in there with the seed. And yeah, there's primarily like that conjunctivitis that house finches get. Um, there's that, and there's some other stuff too. Um, the conjunctivitis also affects other finches.
Yeah. Um, so did you say it already? I'm sorry. How often should you be feeding or cleaning the feeders?
Well, we've got every 2 weeks or more often during every 2 weeks or more often during heavy use or hot, wet weather. That sounds
Hmm.
about
Yeah. It's sometimes like because it's so annoying to do, we oftentimes don't do it, but if you can do it, is to have two feeders where you kind of have one up and then take one down and give yourself a couple days to get
yeah.
together your
Yep.
enthusiasm for cleaning it and then let it dry thoroughly and then switch them out. Um, so you don't have to have time without feeders, or that's how I like to do it. Um, all right. Any other questions about this one? Oh, wait. Why is Ginny came back in? I think Ginny was gone for part of this. All right, sorry. So next slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, these are just pretty bird pictures and
Yeah.
oh yeah, and join Tate. Yes. So obviously keep an eye out for programming emails and one will be coming out this Sunday with November's programs. So join us. And let's see. Oh, okay. So this is the little plug for our fall seed sale. The shop is open. I think everyone on this call who has purchased seed bought it during the first 10% off in the very beginning. But we're doing a little special for people on this workshop and for people in this weekend's events. If you want to order more seed, you can use this code that's on your screen and get 10% off through the end of the month. And then for those of you who have already ordered, the pickup is November 22nd. And just call me in the office or email me and I'll give you more information and I'll give you this code. And oh, yay. Okay, thank you. All right, wait, let me see if I can stop sharing my screen. Yeah, it worked. I did it.
Yay.
I'm so solidly happy that that all worked. Okay, so yay. Does anybody else have any other questions about anything or?
Thank you. This was very informative.
Oh,
Good.
I'm
Yes,
glad you
thank
joined us.
you.
Yes, thank you
Um,
both.